Of course, a law is meant to guide people on what to do. If you go to acquire land from this agency that deals with waterways, inland waterways, for instance, you're also given lease for 1 year, but it's renewable. And this will not stop you taking into account whatever you invest there. Once you have the permit, you will remain there. And others who have taken to this are doing their business here very well. It is going on.
So you don't see it as being problematic that people will get a lease that's renewable every year? Do you not see how this might discourage people who will require, investing a lot in property if they know that their lease could be revoked after a year?
Well, the thing is, if you want to do business here, that is the law that we have provided. And you're free to either choose to do business here or somewhere else that is more friendly to you, depending.
No, the question, though, I'm asking is, what was the thinking behind making it 1 year? Was there anything in particular that made you believe you couldn't give longer leases? Why 1 year?
Well,
why not 2 years, 3 years, 5 years?
This law was subjected to public hearing, and people made input. It wasn't just I sitting and making a law and signing. It went through a process. It was an executive bill that went through the State House of Assembly. The State House of Assembly did public hearing in the 3 senatorial districts and finally did it in Makurdi. So 4 designated places in Benue State, public hearing was done. And people made input. So it is not that I sat down and decided to write the script. It was from the public, and they wanted it like that, and so we accepted it.
Now, Section 12 also seems to prohibit people from selling their land to those who may want to purchase it outright in order to set up ranches. Is this understanding of Section 12 that I have accurate?
Well, of course, people are not supposed to sell land, of course. The Land Use Act talk about giving land for a period of time. So you're not even supposed to sell land in the first place.
So basically, nobody is allowed to come and buy land in Benue State. I want to sort of clarify that and be absolutely sure that I am correct. Unlike a place, say, like Abuja or Lagos, where I could go and buy a piece of land off somebody who's basically inherited it from their grandfather or something like that. Obviously, within the context of the Land Use Act, you're saying in Benue State, people are no longer allowed to sell their land even if they want to.
And what we're saying is in Benue State, we do business just like any other place. People buy land for businesses from other people. You're free to do that. But in the case of ranching, when you're given permit for ranching, you're not allowed to sell it.
Why?
Of course, that is a law. Like I say, it
all
went
laws
through.
Tend to be put in place for a certain reason. When you put laws, like you've explained to me, the open grazing law, for example, you believe the reason you needed it was to bring an end to the conflict that was going on and that was leading to a loss of lives. So every law and sections of laws normally tend to be put together for specific reasons. Why did the Benue State government decide that every other type of land can be sold, but land that is for ranching, they're going to prohibit people from selling it? Why are you interfering with private enterprise?
Of course, like I said, laws are meant to regulate the activities of the people, depending on what they want. And for us in Benue State, we prefer that land meant for ranching, which are leased, should not be sold.
But you can't tell me why.
What is the explanation? It is for. It is not meant for any other business when you have the permit to do ranching.
Is it because
you do your ranching?
Do you assume that the people who would be in a position to buy land for ranching are Fulanis, and therefore, or herdsmen, and therefore you don't want them buying land in Benue. Is that why that particular section was put in?
No, the law is not talking about Fulani. It's talking about those who want to rear cattle. So everybody is free. We're not talking about ethnic groups or ethnicity in this law. We're talking about those who are into cattle business. In fact, it is beyond cattle business. It's about livestock business. So it can be pigs, it can be goats, it can be sheep, all types of livestock. So it's talking about prohibiting livestock from roaming about.
Now, you know, of course, that there have been allegations and even a few people paraded before the press that have been tagged Benue militia, and you've been accused of arming people to attack herdsmen. What is your response to these allegations?
You know, that is a clever way of trying to divert attention from the main issues that are on ground. Those people who are accusing me should come out and show me the evidence of where I have armed people. When I came in 2015, I organized an amnesty program that asked for voluntary return of weapons that were in the hands of people illegally. And I recovered more than 700 rifles, which I handed over to Presidential Committee on Small and Light Weapons. And they were destroyed in the presence of the security agencies in Benue State. So how do you turn around to say that I'm arming people? And the truth is that it is a way of diverting attention from the main issues when they know that they are not doing their duty.
Roughly, how much money do you spend on sort of your personnel bill? So this is salaries for staff in Benue State.
Of course, until this January, we had a wage bill, including pension and overheads of 7.8 billion naira every month.
Okay, so
but
the total...
we have reviewed that.
Mm-hmm.
We have reviewed that, and we are now paying 5.8 billion naira.